Hey everybody, welcome back to Breakfast with Bob from Challenge Miami. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by Challenge North America, City Bikes, Veneto, the Challenge Athletes Foundation, Florida Dairy Farmers, and Wahoo. Our next guest, he had the fastest bike split of the day at Challenge Daytona and finished 14th overall. Magnus Ditlev from Denmark. How you doing, Magnus?
Thanks for the cool introduction, Bob.
It's
totally fanboy of your show, so it's really cool to be here.
It's an honor to get to meet you. I'm looking around and seeing all the wind, and I'm going, Ditlev is thinking, this is good.
Yeah.
The more wind, the better.
Yeah, I mean, we expected it to be more like Daytona.
Yes.
The conditions, but it's the track and the wind and the conditions are completely different. So, and yes, as you say, the wind is very blowing up during the day, so I think it's going to be a good race for the bigger guys.
I think this is a bike handler's big person, power person type race, because you've ridden the course, and the backside, the road course, is pretty technical.
Yeah, it has some technical elements also, so, but I think not like really technical. There's, depending on how strong the wind is, there's maybe like one turn where you have to go out of the aero bars, but still much more technical than Daytona at least.
Now this course it's obviously shorter by 12 miles or so. You'd like it to be a little longer.
I would, but that's not my decision.
Right, but still, when you ended up in 14th place, you got $10,000 and 40th out of the water, 2.5 minutes back.
Yeah.
But more importantly, you lost your nutrition early in the bike ride?
Yeah, I think I made some very stupid mistakes in Daytona. First of all, my start during the swim was completely horrible. I felt like I was like the last at the first buoy. So, and then, as you said, I lost all my nutrition 1 kilometer into the bike ride, so I had to try and grab water bottles, but it's quite hard when you're going 50 kilometers per hour.
When you're going over 30 miles an hour, so, I can see that.
And when I started the run and I had some doubt and I thought, oh, maybe I will pay for this, and actually I felt quite good. The first 4 kilometers where I ran, I had just overtaken I think it was Rudy, and was in third place after 4 kilometers. And then I went from thinking like I can make the podium, and then 100 meters later I thought there's no way I'm even gonna finish this race because my hamstrings like completely cramped up, so I had to stop and start stretching out.
I was amazed you finished. Because we saw Alistair Brownlee leading, and then he was gone. I mean, being in that aero position for that long and that hard, especially without nutrition, was pretty hard.
I think it was, of course it was both elements, like being in the aero position puts a very big pressure on your glutes and back, and then of course the nutritional part also.
So what did you take from that race for this race?
I have made a new solution for my bottle first of all, so hopefully the bottle won't blow out this time, but also that I'm actually competitive in such a strong field was really cool to see, and that's
well, and you're so young.
The
fact that you're right there, and so 2020 you actually got to do a race, what, that 70.3 where you got third with Patrick Lange.
I won in Poland, 70.3.
You won, and Patrick Lange was third.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Going up against two-time Ironman world champion.
That was like, my breakthrough race, I think.
Do you think?
Yeah,
you look at that as your breakthrough race.
Yeah, definitely.
So when you go into a race like that and you see Patrick Lange on the start line, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I was really, I was looking forward to race again after the COVID break. We have had I have a small squad back in Denmark where we are all like at my age or even younger.
And how old are you?
23.
23 years old.
So, and we just instead of panicking because there's no races and stuff, we just try to see it as an opportunity to improve, because we're all so young, so we all like trained better than we've ever done before. And then I turned up, actually I was in Davos the week before, 70.3 Gdynia, but the race got cancelled on the bike.
Oh, was that when it was raining?
Yeah, because there was a thunderstorm on the mountain. So I took a quick decision and went to Poland instead the next weekend, and that went pretty well.
What got you into the sport? Did you grow up with swimming or cycling or
no.
running?
Definitely
Definitely not swimming.
No. I wish I had, but I've just been playing football and a lot of badminton, and then during the transition between high school and college, I think it was that many of my friends from the football squad, they left, so suddenly there was no team, and I had so much energy. I started riding my bike and running, and then I had actually been swimming a little bit just for the fun of it, but never with technical focus or anything. So, and after that, I got into a class at college where there were 2 elite runners that convinced me to come to their track and field club and try to run with them.
Yes.
So that was at first I just ran, and then I had been biking a bit beside that, and then one day I just I don't know why actually, but I just signed up for a half Ironman.
Wait, so it wasn't like I'm going to go do a sprint distance?
No, it was
you go big.
Yeah,
I'm going to go jump into a. So your first triathlon was a half Ironman.
Yeah, and it's not like I didn't come grew through the system through a federation or anything. It was more like my own. My own thing I did, and so. Yeah, it went horrible the first time, but somehow I signed up for another one a few weeks later.
When you say horrible, how'd you do?
I can't even remember. Plus 5 hours at least.
5 hours for your first time out is not bad.
But I think I walked more through the half marathon than I ran. So,
did any thoughts on the ITU, or did you feel that of course you probably didn't even know what the heck ITU was?
Actually. As I said, it was more my own thing, and so I didn't come through the federation. So the ITU and short distance has always been a bit
sort of never even thinking about that.
Yeah, never, because of my swim is not good enough at the moment, so I have never had a chance to try to race the short distance races, but
you will this weekend.
Yeah, I would love to try, and hopefully I can improve my swim so much so I can be competitive one day.
Well, so realistically, if your swim got a little bad, the way you ride the bike and the way you run with I'm not sure how deep the Danish Olympic team is, but
no, hopefully, it could be possible. I have a small thought in my head that one day.
But you're liking the longer distance.
Yeah, I like.
And probably
the bike
non-drafting.
is my strength. Yeah, so
non-drafting is better.
I think
for
I
you.
can use the bike much better non-drafting.
When did you realize that you were pretty good on the bike? Because obviously you were starting from ground zero. Did you ride with somebody and realize, hey, I'm as good as this guy?
It was when I got the coach I have now, Jens Petersen Bach, he's also a Danish pro triathlete. Before that, I've only been riding with myself, and I had no idea what my level was. But he kept telling me that I was he has never seen anything like that before in his life on the bike, and I haven't been training that much also. So he saw a huge potential in me, and I'm just so thankful that I've met him, because he's coaching all of the guys in our squad, and he learns us so many great things. So it's
Do you have some of your other athletes from your squad racing here?
Not here, but one is in Dubai at the moment racing also Friday.
Nice. Yeah. What are your goals? You're so young. What are your goals? What would you like to accomplish in this sport?
I would like to become world champion. That's definitely the goal.
70.3?
Yeah, and also on Hawaii.
Also Hawaii?
Yeah. I think maybe we'll try to do an Ironman this year. But we don't know what races will become.
Are going to happen.
Depending on the outcome here in Miami, we might try to do some Ironman training after that.
Interesting.
To try and qualify for Hawaii.
Well, you could potentially qualify this year for Kona.
Yeah, that's the.
Why not?
That would be, That's my goal at least.
that seems to be your style.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to do a triathlon. I'm going to go my first one is going to be a 5-hour race.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be 23 years old. I'm going to go and do the Ironman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Can't see why I shouldn't.
Have you surprised yourself at how quickly you've gotten so good at this sport?
Yeah. It might seem that I've gotten very quickly through it, but Actually, it's because I've had like 2 major crashes on my bike.
You have?
Where I've been unable. One where I broke my collarbone and hand and shoulder. So I was unable to swim for more than half a year. But during that period, I was able to sit on my home trainer for, I think it was 130 days in a row. I sat there and just biked like this with a broken collarbone. So
you made the best of a really bad situation.
Yeah, so because I couldn't swim, I couldn't race either. So
right.
But when I was training there, we could see that my levels was actually quite good. So when I actually got back to racing, I was competitive, so that was. But it was, of course, it was surprising.
A little silver lining from the crash is you became a lot better cyclist.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Because you really couldn't run much.
No, I couldn't. Some periods I could, but it was mainly the biking I could do. Yeah.
And you became great. You're one of the best cyclists in the sport right now.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't recommend somebody go break their collarbone to become a better cyclist, but it worked for you.
I think that's the beauty of the sport. If you're injured in your leg or something, you can swim more. And if you break your collarbone, you can try to bike. So there's also always like things to improve.
Yes. How is the sport getting bigger in Denmark? Of course, this year is a hard barometer for all of us, but do you see more growth, more people doing the sport? Yeah,
I think it's getting bigger also, in Denmark, but also like with the PTO coming in, and there's coming much more attention to the sport. So, and it's definitely what the sport needs.
No question.
Yeah. So
you couldn't have picked a better time to get into the sport.
No, definitely not. So I'm really happy.
That's very cool. I'm honored that you came on the show. It's a pleasure to get to chat with you.
It was a pleasure to be here.
What are your goals for this weekend?
I hope if my swim. I swim quite much better in the pool than I do in the open. What I've done in the open water when racing. So if my swim. Hopefully it's better than in Daytona, and then I can't see why I shouldn't be able to fight for a win or podium.
Love it. Magnus, thank you so much for taking time.
Thanks for having me, Bob.
Magnus Ditlev has been our guest. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Again, my name is Bob Babbitt, and we will be right back.